Boy, oh boy, if you had any idea what it's taken for me to get here, well, for the fourth time in this location today, your mind would be blown. My back is sore, my mind is sore, my body is sore, and I still haven't even done my ride yet. So today I say goodbye to the Santa Cruz, so I wanted to make a quick video. I traded it in for this Orbea Wild demo over at E-Migos Bike Shop just across the street. This is usually where I park for a night ride, and this is my second time here to be here for the night ride. My light bracket broke as I was in the parking lot getting ready, and I had to go home and take the one off my Yeti. So I'm finally going to get out here and do a quick ride. We got about an hour and 45 minutes before the park officially closes, so I can feel this out and get it a little more dialed in for a bigger ride this Thursday at Hawes, and I'll let you know what my thoughts are. Alright, just getting the feel for this. Had to adjust the saddle again, and the dropper seems a little tight. Most of you probably watching this know new bike day can be pure chaos. Today was no exception, especially if you're trying to get a ride in on that bike. Everything went wild. So I've been to this parking lot I was just in right across the street from it 5 times within 24 hours. I mean, it's only 4 or 5 miles from my house, but still, it was a lot of trips. I've been seeing this Orbea Wild on Marketplace sitting there for a bit, and ever since I bought my Santa Cruz Heckler SMX, I've had buyer's remorse. I'm sure I've told this story on here before, but when I bought it, test rode it, thought it was cool, fit me well, but you know, you're riding in a parking lot, and decided to go for it. And they were putting racer's tape on it and doing all the customization stuff I asked for, and he said, okay, let me order your push core 127.5 and 129. I said, what? He's like, oh, it's a mullet. I was like, oh, I didn't really want a mullet. And he said, well, I don't really tell people now unless they ask, because mullets are so good. And I was like, well, that's kind of not great sales technique, I guess, unless you're just trying to get a bike out the door. But they'd already, you know, done stuff to it that made it not brand new on their floor anymore, so I just went with it. It's really windy tonight, sorry. So I learned to ride e-mountain bikes and my bike again, just riding in general, on a mullet until I got that Yeti 4 or 5 months later, I guess. Maybe, yeah, somewhere around there. And I was never really in love with it. The bike overall is great, and I think if it were a 29er, I would not have thought about changing it. But I just felt unstable climbing on it, and it just low to the ground. It pedal struck like crazy. Boy, this motor is different. It's got an adaptive setting I'm trying below the turbo, which is supposed to save battery and make it more like riding a real bike. Okay, so as I was saying, I saw this Orbea Wild kicking around on the marketplace. Oh, it's a little twitchy. God damn. Wow, it's different. The turbo is, well, it shoots you off. And the adaptive is a little different, more probably closer to what the turbo's like on the Shimano, but I'm having a little trouble controlling it. Sure, not being used to the bike is part of that. So once I bought that Santa Cruz, I kind of learned more about e-mountain bikes than I knew previously. Obviously, I did my homework more, and I'd only been doing my homework for a few weeks, maybe a month, when I bought the Heckler. And it was a real lot of buyer's remorse. And then I almost bought an Orbea Rise, which probably wouldn't have been the best bike for me because it's not full powered, and for some reason I felt like maybe I didn't need full powered, which I do. But then I learned about the Wild and saw the constant accolades it got. E-mountain bike of the year, every review, every magazine, multiple years running. So it's been the bike I've been kind of jealous of and wish I would have bought. So I saw this one at E-Migos, which is where I almost bought the Rise. And it's been sitting for at least a month or two on there. 700 miles, demo bike. And I just was like, man, I wish I could just trade my Santa Cruz for that. A lot of bike shops don't do that anymore, like they did when I was a kid. Then I saw them doing consignment on bikes. So I was like, oh, they must sell used bikes. On a whim, I went down and just talked to them. And they were like, yeah, bring your Santa Cruz in, maybe we can work something out. So I did. Santa Cruz had way lower miles, in beautiful shape. Just had a couple scratches that I covered up and wrapped over. And they were like, wow, is this new? Because I cleaned it up so much. But no, not new. Oh, this thing is fast. So they took it and we traded. Big props to E-Migos for working out a deal with me. And hopefully it will be the bike of my dreams. I don't love the Dior brakes already. They're way better than the SRAMs, but not as good as the XTs that I had on the Santa Cruz. I don't know if it's worth upgrading. Oh shoot, you know what? He told me also that he put brand new pads on it. So I did not burn those in now that I'm thinking of it. So we need to do that up here. We're gonna go up secret and head back, just do a short one. Ah, windy. And try and keep it more on this adaptive mode. But it seems like the turbo is a little more aggressive throttle climbing. Which is my weak spot. But when you put the power down, it's moving, but when you put it down the turbo, it seems like it moves a little more. Let's see how it does in adaptive up this. It's pretty steep. Pretty good. I did good up those. Okay, let's try climbing turbo. That's like more like the Shimano, but this isn't very steep, but it's a little more aggressive. I can see myself using the adaptive mode a lot, especially riding with analog guys. Yeah, when I hit it into adaptive, it definitely pulls back. So I'd say I ride in turbo like 80% of the time on the Shimano, just because my knees and my cardio don't help me much. Just got some cosmetic scratches that we're getting touch-up paint for, and I'll probably wrap it just to protect the carbon. They did the top tube for me today, but that stuff just helps so much in a fall in this type of terrain. The rocks are like daggers for carbon. So far it doesn't seem as plush as the Yeti or the Santa Cruz, but it's the same front suspension, so I probably just have some dialing in to do. Need to work on that rebound a little. It's a little twitchy, and I think that might have to do with the rebound. Okay, this route's usually a pretty fast run. Mostly downhill, got a couple washes and whoop-de-woos. Well, let's see how it handles. By that new tires are still sticky, throwing sand. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. I can't hate on these brakes. Now that I've gotten used to them, they're not bad. Oh yeah, turbo changes it quite a bit. Imagine I'll need that to get up Alp. But overall, the adaptive works for cross-country kind of runs like this. Crank it up a bit here. Push it into this tire. Yeah. Nice. People say that Bosch motor is louder. It doesn't. Sounds pretty quiet to me. Almost can't hear it. Like this noise here. It's a little bit of wind. That's on turbo. So I'm 6 miles in. I've used 1 bar of battery. Quite a bit of up and down steeps on that. But I don't think either of my Shimano's would be down a bar yet. The Yeti only has a 620 battery, but it lasts forever, man. I've done some like 16, 17 mile cross country rides and still had 2 bars left. Granted, it's more cross country I'm doing. Probably more trail mode than turbo. Okay, so first ride, pretty good. It's definitely different from both the other bikes. It doesn't plow through rocks like the Yeti or the Santa Cruz, and it's the same fork though, so I'm thinking maybe I just need to tune it to work better like that. But it does overall have more of like a racier feel than an enduro feel like those bikes have, which is cool. I mean, I mostly am riding trails. I'm not doing steep, gnarly downhills that often. You know, Red Mountain Rush, I kind of swore off a bit last week. It's a really tough trail. So, but High Ridge and Iron Goat are still going to work on. So, I think this bike will be very cool for me, and I would like it more than the Santa Cruz. And it's really a looker. So now it's hard to tell in the dark, but I only was able to ride in the dark. So I'll do a longer video on Thursday. That will be more of a first ride than just this one where I'm just dialing it in. Catch up with you then. Okay, it's a day later and I'm just about to start editing this quick video on the Orbea Wild, and after thinking about the ride all day, I'm pretty stoked on the bike. It's still going to take some getting used to. It's a little twitchier. It's a little maybe more maneuverable, but it just plows a little less and the motor just reacts very different. So I'm going to take it out again tomorrow at Hawes and do some daytime filming, but that video will probably come out in a few weeks from now if the video turns out well. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Love the style of it. Got some cosmetic work to do to it, and put a wrap on it, but yeah, stoked.